I want to show you a form that's traditional karate, but I think it looks like Wing Chun. You tell me, because you're the expert.
Okay.
Did you see any movements that looked like Wing
There's
Chun?
actually a lot of similarity when it comes to stance, movement, and hand positions.
Interesting.
And
So let's start with the stance.
Okay, so we're gonna go open toe, and then heel, and then you sink your hip.
Right.
You notice how the toes are slightly pointing inwards. That's the first way.
So it's the same.
Very similar.
Cool.
I would say. The second way to open this is when you start with the feet together. Now we're gonna do open stance with a circular movement.
Actually, that's the way I was taught in Okinawa to do this circular motion as I step out.
Interesting.
But first, there's a cross step, and some people use it as a sweep. Do you have this?
We have called pak ger, which means slapping foot, which looks like that. Also have dam ger, which means stomping, which looks like that.
It's the exact same.
Oh, really?
Because I was taught some teachers in karate use it as a sweep. Others say no, it's actually a stomp. And you just said both.
Interesting.
Whoa. So how
crazy.
would you use that against somebody?
Well, we use it sometimes. We move the body. If I can sweep the leg out, that's when we stomp.
That's exactly what I did.
Oh, really?
I cross step, I sweep and stomp. You just
Wow.
did the exact same move against me.
Interesting.
These are the first steps in the form. And the old master said this was the most important form in karate.
Wow.
It's called Naihanshin Shodan or Teki Shodan in the Shotokan style. Let's keep going.
Okay.
I'm loving this.
Let's
So-
say you punch me this hand.
Yeah.
My position is here.
Wait, so that's the first hand movement in the form.
Oh, I did
Okay.
not know that. That's crazy.
Right,
Yes,
and you're doing the first feet movements as well, so keep
this.
going. Yeah.
So we call this tang sao, right there. Now, notice how the foot. Now just sweep the leg,
Right.
and then pak ger.
And then you stomp my knee.
around the knee like that.
Whoa! So then the next moves were elbow strike, bam, bam, these blocks. Was there anything there you saw?
We have called quan sao, which is a combination between a low bong sao and a high tang sao, which looks like this.
Ooh, so it's the same but open hand.
Open hand. But usually we do this with a body turn, like so.
So you turn the body.
We turn the body, just like that.
Oh.
So defend high or low, and a lot of times this will follow with a strike or a punch. So
Oh,
we
but
go
it's the
like
same
that.
punch. The exact same.
Yeah, so we go one motion, and you strike or
Oh,
punch.
so you can do it with open hands as well.
Open hand or a strike.
So how would you use that against me?
Well, this is what we call the pinning to unpin.
Okay.
If my hand gets pinned down like this, that you pin my hand,
So I push your hand.
and you punch me,
Up.
and I open.
Oh.
Now that's a strike. Cause I got an open space. Open creates space.
Oh, that's where you
first.
turn.
That's what I turn. Because when
Okay.
you pin my hand like this,
Yeah.
I can't move.
bam, bam.
So this is the first step. Now the second step is my hand to block the hand, and then I strike.
Wow.
So you can go like that.
And this is such a huge difference between different kung fu styles, especially like Wing Chun and karate, that you use mostly open hands, it seems, where
Mostly
we
open
use
hand.
the closed fist.
Well, Wing Chun people believe that if I close my fist, my muscle tend to be very stiff. If I open my hand, I can relax just on the structure itself, not to stiff my muscle.
Right.
Because when I teach some, especially beginners, if I teach them how to block with two hands like this, they tend to be overly stiff.
You know what? A lot of karate people are very stiff. Maybe this is why. Maybe we should sometimes start opening the hands a bit more.
Could be. And if
Yeah.
you watch a lot of Wing Chun teachers demonstrating the technique, if you're watching slow motion, you'll see how the palm is always open, relaxed.
Yes.
That's why you see this, but they still have tension here.
The tension is here.
Yes,
Not
but
here.
Not here.
But right. So about the back fist, is it more like an uppercut or does it come from the top?
So if my hand is here, this
Yeah.
is already aligned together. Usually we just punch straight forward.
straight in.
Yeah, unless if I turn my body this way,
Yeah.
then I'll do like a back fist or a hammer fist, or even a knife hand.
So now you're using both hands. So in this form, we have one hand closed and the other comes from over the top.
Interesting.
So it looks like I'm holding something or pushing something as I attack.
Correct.
How do you do it?
We do it from this position. So
Oh.
we're pulling the hand down to strike. We call lap sao.
Lapsao.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it looks like this.
You call this, is this like a pulling hand?
It's like a pulling hand. But we're not
Interest-
committing. We're using these three fingers,
Yeah, same.
sort of doing,
Exactly. We hook the hand and pull it back.
Yes, we got it.
So this pulling motion is what we call hikite in Japanese. So many karate people think that they should punch from the hip, but actually hikite means we pull to the hip.
like retraction.
Exactly. Just like you did right now when you pulled my arm and attacked me. Yeah.
Yeah.
The exact same thing. And we always catch with these 3 fingers.
Correct.
Yeah. And if we don't pull it all the way to the hip, we just control it out here, the exact same way.
Very similar, because
Yeah.
well, a lot of people do this. They'll pull the hand down this way. Technically, you're only pulling to the center.
Right.
So when I pull, it's here. But when my body turns, it looks like it's towards the side. I'm not
Exactly.
doing this.
No,
I'm just
no.
doing this.
So you're pulling using your body, not the arm itself.
Not the arm itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
What else did you see? We had these double strikes, for instance, and the hook punch.
So in Bilji form, what we have is control, turn the body, and we'll come back this way.
That's the exact same thing, except we stop this hand by they say by the nipple, okay?
By the nipple line.
Exactly, and this goes further. But there are other older forms where they go equally
way.
far. Yeah.
Same thing with Chan. Depending on the lineage, some people will go halfway. They'll go here, but we'll see the honey pull back this way.
That's it. That's the
Some
one.
people will teach turn only this way and then come back this way.
And that's exactly what I did. So do you have an application for these moves? How you would use
The
them?
way I was taught is
Yeah.
control the body to basically off balance the body. So that way we can punch like that.
So you're pushing and pulling.
Pushing and pulling, or control the neck and control the bicep. Or
How would you
punch
control the neck?
right here? And then
Oh.
just turn like that. And then
This is blowing my mind right now. I'm starting to feel like this form is a Wing Chun form that got maybe a little bit transformed or adapted for the Okinawan needs back in the days. What about power generation?
they say we'll do a stationary punch.
Yeah.
It's not just this, because there's no power.
No.
First, we teach is breathing and intention.
Interesting.
So let's say if I don't breathe,
Yeah.
there's no power.
Right.
Breathing comes in multiple different ways. The way I teach breathing is a long, strong breathe.
Ah.
That's one. Notice how the power is different. But yes.
Okay.
Even without moving the body, you just like that. See the difference?
Uh-huh.
Now, second part is elbow expansion. So you're gonna extend the elbow as you punch. Now, drive the hip.
Oh.
That's it.
Okay. Do you want to snap it?
We don't snap.
You don't snap?
We snap a very little bit at the end, but it's
Yeah.
not going backwards. We call that projection.
Ah.
So imagine this part of my hand is going through the target, but I don't want to pull back. When we made the contact, we're going through the line.
Yeah, okay, I
Yeah.
see. In karate, we're told that the hips are super important. Everything starts from the hip. How do you use the hips in Wing Chun?
So there's rotation and projection.
Okay.
Rotation means let's say, if I'm facing this way,
Yeah.
the punch comes this way,
Yeah.
I rotate my body this way.
So we call this tenshin in karate.
Tenshin.
When you don't have time to move your feet, you have to twist your upper body.
Yes,
instead.
yes, correct. Because Wing Chun is learning to learn how to fight in a very compact space.
Right.
So let's say if we're against a wall, we're in like an elevator
Yeah.
or a closet even.
But that's self-defense.
Yeah.
Usually it happens up close when you don't
Correct.
expect it. Yeah.
That's why Wing Chun don't teach you how to back up. Because we can't back out and fight in self-defense. Most of self-defense happens here. So
Right.
we have to learn how to create space by rotating the hip.
Wow. So in traditional karate, we also use the forearms to hit. Do you ever hit with the forearms?
We do, but it's called closing hand.
Okay.
So we call tap sao, which is like when you punch me.
Okay.
Sorry, we punch this hand because now I hold.
Yeah,
this
you're
hand.
holding that, so I need to punch with
Yeah,
this.
and we cut the hand like this.
Oh, you cut down like
Cut.
that.
But the funny part is a lot of people chop it. We don't chop. We close the line with the elbow. So imagine my hand brings here to here like that.
Oh.
So my elbow in, now I can tap. But if I chop it, I'm going down.
And this is so common in traditional karate to chop the neck as well. We call it the sword hand or shuto.
Shuto.
Yeah, exactly. In modern karate, it's been turned into something you do with the hand. But originally, it was the whole arm because this is the sword, right? This would just be the tip of the sword.
That's interesting.
But you want to use the whole thing like this. Yeah.
It feels good. Yeah. 'cause
Yeah.
now
Oh,
you
it feels good.
It feels good. It feels like.
But
you
then
can-
we usually control the other arm this way. That's why we have both arms open, like you do open hands in Wing Chun.
Very similar. I think the only exception is we move the hand from inside to outside. So we attack this way.
Ah, okay.
But you're going like this.
Yeah, you can be on the outside or the inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also this, what we call stacking the hands by the hip. And when I saw you doing before, it was with open hands.
Correct. We have an elbow position with a strike. So when I turn my body, we go like that,
Right.
like this, elbow strike. And this hand is almost like retracting to the side of my body. As I turn, now I have elbows to the center.
So I was taught that this is just a preparation for the next move, but you're actually using it as some kind of an elbow strike?
Yeah. So
How
if-
would that work?
If our hands are connected, that's the same thing. And of course, I'm not reaching for it, it's here and then elbow
So
again.
you're pulling me back and elbow